What's up, everyone? Welcome to Betamax. My name is Fidel, and joining me on this episode is Eddie and Raymond Argumedo. Raymond is a local Riverside artist and an old friend of mine from La Granada days, elementary school. We had him on, talked growing up in Riverside, his introduction into the art world, and what he's up to these days. Here's Raymond.
Welcome.
Betamax.
Yeah.
And this is a little
A little nervous? Or
straight
what?
to it, bro. I thought it was like, I've done a few of these interviews and stuff. Or
Yeah?
hanging out, but it's crazy doing it in Riverside. You know, just never expected somebody else doing something like you guys doing something. It's always I guess motivating, inspiring. Seeing people or you grew up with, fucking trying to do some shit too.
Yeah.
And that's kind of like what I'm trying to show everyone else, especially like in Arlanza, because born in there, it's a little rough,
Oh, yeah.
and it's crazy when I see like older artists that I've looked up to. They're like, "Oh, where you from? From Riverside, dude. What? Where are you? Arlanza." Like, damn, that's rough. I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah, it's rough. But I guess once you're born into it and you're like grew up in it, you're just kind of like, hey, we're gonna walk by Bryant Park. You're gonna what? I'm like, dude, we're just walking by the park. Hell no, dude. I'll get my mom to pick us up, But it's just something I know. My mom lived off of Challen and Trey, so yeah, right in the heart of it all,
No, I'm good. I got it. Yeah.
And did
Water?
oh, I'm good, bro. Yeah. And then I think I remember you living like right down the street too, man.
On
Right?
Cypress
On
and Warren.
Cypress? Oh, Warren. That's where it was at, man.
The heart.
That's straight up the heart, man.
The heart right there.
Yeah, I was like in the liver, I guess.
You know Evan, right? Do you remember Evan?
Evan.
Punk kid Evan,
Evan
white
Berg?
boy. Yeah.
Berg? Yeah.
He lived right there around the corner too. He lived off
No
of
shit.
He lived off of Warren and was it Trey or Janet? One of those.
No way, dude.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Dude, yeah. See, all these people lived in the hood. But yeah, living there and just so now being like outside and having some kind of, like my wife busts my balls all the time. She's like, dude, you're Raymond Argumedo, And it's just like, dude, no, man, I don't know. I get like imposter syndrome with some of the shit that I'm doing now, and
Yeah.
it's kind of like letting just the universe do its thing, Like
Yeah.
I've always worked my ass off with anything I've done, so yeah, man.
Are you comfortable or you want to get comfortable?
Oh,
or?
I'm chilling. I mean,
Yeah.
that could have been in the store right there, bro.
No, it's been recording.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Hello.
So if you wanted to like move the mic closer to you, you can.
Dude, this is a sick ass setup, dude. So Eddie. What was your name again? Ellie. Nice to meet you guys. So you do this shit like all the time?
Every week.
No shit.
Yeah.
What made you guys want to do this?
Initially it was just movies. We were just talking movies.
I
you know?
remember you doing that, man.
Yeah, it was just movies. I mean, we still do mostly just movies.
Yeah.
But we have a lot of friends that do different types of shit, So it'd be cool to talk to them and just hear like their stories and like their inspirations and shit like that,
Yeah, the one I listened to was the Manny one.
Oh
And I
yeah.
was like, dude, that was dope, man. It was cool to hear him and hear whatever he's doing because I've like ran into him, throughout the times.
Yeah.
I actually talk about it.
Did you go to Novi?
Yeah, I went to Novi, man.
Okay.
So I went to La Granada, went to Wells, and I went to Novi, and then I dropped out. Well, I just kind of
You did?
yeah, dude.
Oh, I had no idea.
Yeah, so I was feeling heavy.
Yeah?
Just because I got into, I was into graffiti,
Yeah.
but I wasn't like the heavy tagger. You know how there was like ADR and all those guys.
Oh,
and shit,
shit, yeah.
But they were like about it, and I was just like, dude, I love the art of it.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to like bang on anyone or
Yeah.
rep a crew or whatever. I was just like, dude, like I love, I guess the layout of it, the color, the letters, layouts, whatever. So I was never a part of anything.
Yeah.
So when everyone would hit me up, like, hey, where you from? I'm like, dude, my name is just Raymond Argumedo, dude. I write whatever I want to write,
Do you remember what it was that you wrote? You want to say.
I used to write past.
Past.
P-A-S-T. And then I used to write post. Dude, I have a sketchbook just of all my tagging names. And everyone's like, dude, what? I don't see you up. I'm like, dude, because I don't like writing up either. I like writing my sketchbook.
Yeah.
And then this one time, me and my buddy Pete, we went tagging. It was behind Pepper Tree.
Oh, the Pepper Tree Apartments?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We went tagging back there, and it was like known as like, I don't know. I guess at the time it was like MR territory or some bullshit.
Damn. You're saying names I haven't heard in a while.
Dude. Yeah, so I remember getting that rush because of it. I was like, dude, like, we're going to get fucking shot up doing some stupid shit because I'm not even a tagger, you know?
Yeah.
And then, so I ended up writing there, and that was the last time I wrote on the wall. I was like, I'll stick to sketchbooks, and yeah, man. So, yeah, dropped out of high school. Well, I finished, and then, like, everyone walked, and I was just kind of like, all right, see you later.
You know what's one of my earliest memories of you?
Yeah.
Because I do remember, like, I don't know if we've met at La Granada, but I feel like I remember seeing you around.
I faintly remember your ass, too. Like, because I used to hang out, well, I still hang out with, like, Daniel, Matt.
Yeah. Because Daniel and Matt, they were, like, my first friends when I moved to Riverside.
Yeah?
Yeah, I was in third grade, and they were
You remember, like, Brandon Williams?
Oh, yeah.
All those dudes?
Yeah, dude.
Curtis. There was Curtis.
Yeah.
Brianna.
Elijah. I remember Elijah
Dude.
Vega. I think that was his last name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We were just talking about the last time. Like, dude, like, crazy, all these people.
Hey, so you guys are the same age?
No, I think he's a year younger than me.
Yeah, I'm 34.
okay.
I turned 35 this year.
And I just turned 36. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, so you're in between me and him then.
Yeah. How old are you?
34.
34. Right on, man.
Yeah. But one of the earliest memories I have of you is registering for 8th grade at Wells. Because I used to register myself because like my parents weren't that involved.
That's the way it is, bro.
But I remember seeing you.
First gen kids.
I remember seeing you there by yourself registering too.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh shit, like I'm not the only one. Like,
His parents don't care about him either. No, yeah, dude, that's the thing. It's like there's a lot in Arlanda, I guess. There's a lot of first generation kids growing up, and we're just trying to figure that shit out. Like I always had to translate for my mom, and I had to sign my own detention slips or whatever, you know.
oh yeah.
That was it. And then like my dad was kind of absent, but yeah, dude, I remember you being a part of. Somehow you were just there, you know.
Yeah.
I think I remember you walking and I saw your house. I was like, oh fuck, he lives down the street in Cypress. And then I found out you know Saul, he lives down the street.
Oh
too.
yeah.
Saul, tall dude. And then yeah, man. But I remember there was this memory. I think we hung out on Halloween.
Yeah, I was gonna bring that up.
And I was like, dude, like, why did we hang out with those dudes?
Yeah, it was random. It was like a big group of us.
Like, yeah, dude.
It was a big group of us.
All the bubbles kind of, all like, I guess the people that were like alternative or like didn't listen to, I don't know. It was just kind of like all the rocker dudes.
Because I remember there was a lot of us, and we went to Stop and Shop. And,
Stop and Rob, man.
Yeah, and we bought, I think it was like 2 24-packs of eggs. Because we were egging houses. Like,
Dude, yeah. Egging houses. It was over by Bryan Park, too.
yeah, and we walked all the way over to like by Novi, and
Wasn't there supposed to be like an egg battle at Wells or some shit?
I don't remember. That I don't remember.
I don't know. Something like that.
I don't remember. I do. Do you remember this girl Mimi?
I was going to say, I don't know if we were going to say names on the air.
We can. But I remember we were by her house, and there was like a dummy on the floor, like giving out candy. And we're like, is that a person or is that like a dummy? And somebody was like, oh, just kick it. Go up and kick it. And I remember I was going to go up to kick it, but it was her.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. And like you guys had invited her to come with us, but she couldn't. Like her parents were like, oh, no.
I think I remember. Sorry, I got a burp, man.
Fuck it. Hell yeah.
So sorry. I remember exactly what Halloween that was, dude. I think I was probably Jason or some stupid shit.
I don't remember.
I don't know. I never fuck with Halloween.
We were doing dumb shit. I just remember we were throwing like egging houses, knocking people's trash cans over.
Yeah, I think we were hitting mailboxes too.
Yeah.
So dumb.
Yeah, we're doing dumb
I'm
shit.
an old guy now, man. I'd be pretty pissed.
Oh, hell yeah. Yeah.
Dude, get off my grass.
You ever do shit like that?
Yeah, dude. Well, me and Hector, like, we were bad, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, but ours involved like fireworks and like blowing stuff up, like
M80s and shit.
yeah, like super illegal. Like, I'm surprised we never got in trouble. But
So you went to Novi as well?
Yeah.
I think I remember you like really faintly too, man.
I hung out with like, I guess like the crew before you, the younger ones, like Brandon, Josh, Hector.
Josh Burke, which is Evan's brother.
Yeah.
Little
Okay.
brother.
So you guys knew my homie's little brother Josiah.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah. Yeah.
dude, me and
That was the homie? Oh yeah, that's funny.
I always like talk about how like, cause hanging out with Daniel in like junior high, his parents were very strict. But not with Josiah.
They just didn't like Daniel.
Damn.
Nah, just kidding.
Because I remember going, me and Daniel were like partners for like some science project in 8th grade or something.
Oh, no shit.
And like, it was hard for me to go over there just because like my mom had her own thrift store at the time and I worked at the thrift store after school.
Oh, shit.
And it was like,
Where at?
Right there
I
on
used to
Cypress.
shop all the thrift stores.
And on Cypress.
Yeah.
Like, right where Warren ended, like onto Cypress, there was like a party supply store.
Yeah. It's
Yeah,
like a
like-
smoke shop now or some shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it was like one of those situations where, like, my parents didn't really care that I went to school.
Yeah.
So I was like, I got to do this. Like, well, you got to work. Like, no.
Yep.
So I remember one time his dad and Daniel and his dad, like, pulled up to the thrift store, and I was, like, outside, like, selling shit for my mom. And I was like, I can't go. Like I just can't.
You're
know?
on your own, bro. I gotta make this money.
I basically had to, like, sneak out to go to Daniel's house to work on a science project.
That's crazy, man.
And then, like, because I had went directly right after school, and I had told my mom, like, oh, I got detention or something stupid. And Daniel's dad dropped us off at the library off La Sierra, and we were working on this project. And then apparently my dad went on the hunt looking for me
Oh, shit.
because they thought like I ran away or some shit.
He
Yeah.
started doing school stuff.
But he ended up going to. Do you remember Victor Mejia?
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Me and him go way back, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was a kid. What? You guys are like 2 years older than me, maybe.
Yeah, like a year or 2 years.
So I think Jackass had just come out or some bullshit.
I was part of all those videos.
Were you a part,
Yeah.
dude?
Yeah.
So I lived on Gramercy.
Yeah.
Right. And I don't know how I started fucking with them, but we started doing some stupid shit like, hey, jump off the roof and jump into the trash can and some stupid shit like that. And then, and then I got a video of all our videos, and I accidentally recorded over it all.
Oh.
Dude, yeah, it's the dumbest shit ever, man. And I'm like, because coming from a family, that didn't do a whole lot of like home recordings.
Yeah.
There's like no recording of me as a kid.
Yeah.
And I was like, shit, that would have been so good to show my kids. And like, dude, your dad was an idiot, at like 9, 10 years old.
Because I remember Victor had a video camera. We were in 6th grade, and
Big ass one too.
yeah, and he did. We did a movie called The Blair Renee. I don't know if you remember that.
Blair Renee.
Yeah, because his neighbor was Renee.
Renee.
Yeah, and it was just supposed to be like a horror movie, but in between we like recreated music videos. It was so corny.
That sounds tight, dude.
But I remember the teacher let us show it on our last day of school.
Oh, no way.
But she turned it off because there's a part in the video where it's like Victor and I forgot who else. They like had like empty beer cans and were drinking water out of it.
Oh, okay.
And she was like, "Oh no, like you guys can't be doing that."
Dude, that's crazy,
Yeah.
man. Like, who would have known, like, we'd be living in, like, a really cool little generational, like, last era type of shit,
Yeah.
I trip out, like, now that I'm older. Like, I'll just sit at home and, like, damn, I had a good little childhood, man.
Yeah.
Like, I rode bikes and did jumps and, I don't know, did whatever I wanted, to be honest, man. Like, somehow still made it home. Like, my mom was always like, hey, come home for tea. And, yeah, I would somehow make it home. Like, now, like, as a dad, I have a 10-year-old, 7-year-old, and a 6-year-old, and I will never. Like, those fucking kids don't leave my sight. Dude. Like, I'm like Mr. Dad, bro,
Yeah.
and I love it.
Yeah.
It's like, I trip out. Like, I don't know. I don't know why my parents didn't want to be more in our lives, because we're pretty cool fucking kids,
Yeah.
And, yeah, now we have, like, this whole trauma shit.
I
Like,
know, dude.
my dad wasn't there type shit.
Yeah.
But, yeah, man, I mean, made me who I am right now, as trying to be there all the time and shit. But yeah, I mean, how does this work, man? Like, where do we start, dude?
Well, so you had mentioned like graffiti and all that stuff. Like,
Yeah.
how did that transition into like the type of art you're doing now?
So, I guess it starts back like, I don't know if you know, but like my brother was killed when I was in middle school.
Yeah, I remember that.
So my brother taught me or introduced me, like, he was like, all right, this is drawing, I was like, oh man, you can draw. He was able to, like, I guess at the time it looked like so realistic, like
Yeah.
N64 graphics were the shit, but it was
Yeah,
really,
oh,
like,
yeah.
now they're like, dude, he wasn't that good. No, but it's like, I was like, dude, like, that's fucking tight. I want to know how to do that. So I would draw every single chance he would let me draw with him, and he kind of introduced me to like like graffiti, and there's these lowrider books that we would just draw, and yeah, that's what I started drawing, and I think it was probably like 7 or 8. So then when I got into middle school, I was in 7th grade. I took art class, and I think that's when my brother was killed. So after my brother was killed, I instantly became like the popular kid, because everyone's like, "Oh, dude, like that was the guy. That's the kid." You know, it's like the weirdo, I guess you would say. And everyone feels sorry for me, so I gained a lot of friends, I guess, through all that. And then, so everyone knew who I was. So anytime I drew, people would like hype me up. I knew it was just blowing shit up my ass, you know, like I'm not that good, dude. So when I got into high school, I just kind of started tagging, and that's when I met all those dudes. And then, yeah, that's my whole introduction to art. And then when I dropped out of high school, one of my buddies, my buddy Matt, he went to school for graphic design.
Yeah.
And I was like, what the fuck is that, dude? Like, what is this graphic design? Because I only knew, like, graffiti, you know? But it's, like, typography, layout, and, like, these cool gig posters and shit, you know? So then I learned about all that with him, and, so got super inspired through him, and I think I ended up going to school for... No, and then I met my wife. There's so much that goes on, dude. So yeah, high school, get out. I fucking work at Hot Topic. Work at Forever 21. I'm trying to get all these gigs, just to figure out what I was gonna do.
So what led to the decision to drop out, if you don't mind me asking?
I had no credits, though. Like the only I was in football like all high school, but I was 4th string. There was no 4th string, and they made me a 4th string. That's how bad I was. But I just wanted to draw, dude. Like I love drawing so much. Like not knowing now, or like not knowing then, I was like kind of, what is it, like venting through my work, or you know, like if somebody was like, "Dude, you're fucking twisted," you know, like if I saw my kid drawing what I was probably drawing back then, I'd be like, "All right, dude,
something's going on.
I need to check out my kid."
Yeah.
But my mom, you know, she was like, whatever, you know, worked like 2 jobs. My dad worked. We owned the mechanic shop. I don't know if you knew, but we owned the mechanic shop right across from George the Greek.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
That's right. Okay.
So in high school, I was the dude that would stamp receipts, and my dad was like, "Oh, ponte a trabajar." And I'm like, "All right, fuck it." So I would stamp receipts, and it was cool because that's the only place I had access to internet. So that's what I would change my MySpace and, you know, get all my codes in.
Hell yeah.
And, you know, do all that shit, man. It was so weird. But yeah, we had no computer at home. Like there was no way I can do anything until like senior year. We got a laptop that we all just used. And it was like my dad's laptop. Ended up getting like some virus because we were on LimeWire downloading bullshit.
Oh, dude.
You're not listening to, you know? I'm like, oh shit.
Yeah, I remember that shit.
But shit, where was I going?
You were working at your dad's?
Oh yeah, so I was working on my dad's, and then that never really, like, academically, it was never really like about it. I always drew on all my tests, and whenever we had like the what was it, Set 9 test, whatever that shit was, I just drew a character in the bubbles, and they kicked me out. Yeah, they were like, "Dude, you're out." I was like, "All right, dude." So then, yeah, it was just really bad.
Yeah.
And like that's probably like my biggest regret ever, is not really focusing on school.
Yeah.
Because it made life a little more difficult in the long run with what I want to do.
Yeah.
You know, I would have been introduced to more artistic stuff. But you know, that's the way that shit works, man. And you know, and now I can't say, like, it's hard to say I regret it, because like I wouldn't be who I am right now. You know what I mean? It's kind of like, damn, I learned the hard way.
Yeah, I kind of struggle with that stuff too, like given how the way I grew up.
Yeah.
Like if I didn't go through all that stuff, like would I even be the same person I am today, you know?
Exactly, dude. No, definitely. Now I'm like this old Mr. Miyagi guy, and I'm like, you must fail in order to succeed.
Yeah.
And that's totally, I'm like, dude, like anything negative that's ever happened in my life, I'm like, oh, fuck, thank you. Like something cool is going to pop off then. You know? Something cool is going to pop off. And I'm just like, and I'm not like, hey man, like when's something good gonna happen? Something bad happening? I'm just like, all right, dude. Like, I know I'm a good person and I do well and I try to be the best that I can, but yeah, that's what it is. Life will do its shit. That you can have it planned out, mapped out. You're gonna do this and that, and it'll just like you get a flat tire. Like you just never know. But yeah. So then high school, yeah, they were just like, you're not gonna make it. I was like, dude, can I? Because I was pretty cool with all the administrative people. And they were like, yeah, you can still do all the activities, but you're just not gonna walk. I'm like, all right, I just want to go and hang out and socialize. And so I did that, dropped out. And then I worked construction after high school. And then I worked with my pops. And then I had it in my head that I was gonna move to LA and like do the whole like couch surfing type of shit,
Yeah.
And then ended up having a kid when I was 22. And that, 22, you're having a kid, and I was like, oh, man, I was ready to tear the streets up, I was ready to figure out what I was gonna do in life.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, so I had this kid. I had my daughter, my first daughter, and yeah, it was a shit show after that because me and her mom did not get along. So it was just yeah, when something bad when something like that happens,
yeah,
it's I don't want to make it sound but it's like you have to figure that shit out, man.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, all right, dude, like I want to be a fucking good dad. So figuring that out was really I thought it was gonna be like I was done.
Yeah.
So moving on from that, luckily I figured it out, or I was able to figure it out and moved on. And my kid's fucking awesome. We just went to our first concert together. She's 10.
Which one was it?
I took her to Saleston.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, bro. We'll get to there right now.
Yeah, we'll get there.
So after that, I luckily my mom's my best friend, so she was like, dude, like you're not by yourself. You're not a single dad. Like I got your back.
Yeah.
And I was like, damn.
That's
All right, mom. Like mom's always stepping up, and yeah, I figured that shit out, dude. And then I ended up meeting my wife, who was like a fucking angel, like legit, and somehow wanted to date somebody with a kid. And my wife's like a fucking like top dog nurse, and she is an amazing instructor. She's a nurse instructor. So yeah, so she was not gonna let me be a fucking loser.
Yeah.
So she was like, dude, like we're not gonna get married unless well, her dad was like, so here we go. Yeah. So I met my wife, right? I met my girl.
And how old were you when you guys met?
I think I was probably 24.
Okay.
I was going through all this court shit with my kid.
Yeah.
But somehow she was like the little like light in my little life, at during that time. And not knowing she was gonna be my wife, I was just like stoked to hang out with her.
Yeah.
But as soon as we got together, because I noticed in high school, right? And in high school, I had a buddy named Ruben. I don't know, Ruben Torres.
I know Ruben Torres.
Yeah, so that's my boy. And I remember we had summer school together. And he was like, dude, like, you should totally hit on that chick. And it was my wife. And I was like, dude, like, no way, man. If I ever got her, I would fucking marry her. So, like, fast forward years later, I was finally able to date my wife. And I was like, dude, like, I'm going to fucking marry this chick.
Yeah.
And, yeah, a couple years later, or months later, I asked her dad if I can marry. I was like old school like that. So then he said no. He was like, nah, you're not gonna marry my daughter. And so yeah, I had to go to school and be something, get something,
Yeah.
And so I went to school for graphic design, and got all my learning there, and fucking loved it, dude. And like that was like, dude, I wish I would have done this sooner.
Yeah.
I wish I would have just knocked this out. Maybe, I don't know. But then again, wouldn't be here. So yeah, my wife has pushed me to do everything, dude. Like she's always been like, dude, let's do it, So I wasn't alone anymore. I was, and my mom had to take a back seat, and she was like, dude, like where you at? Why don't you come over? Or even like eating healthy. Like my mom loves, like I love my mom's food, But like I'm like, Mom, I gotta kick it, dude. Like my 3 balls are hurting, you know. But my mom's shit's like spicy, delicious, amazing, and it's home. Everything's like scratch, you know. My mom will make fucking pozole dish on a Monday at like 100-degree weather.
Oh,
you know?
of course.
Like,
yeah, of course.
Yeah, man. So school, college, all that, married, kids. Oh yeah, I ended up having my 2 other daughters, and then it all kind of starts cracking off or popping off, and 2020 happens and all that bullshit happens. But I wasn't really drawing. I was fucking with it, but I wasn't like fucking with it. You know, I wasn't like heavy going to shows.
Because you were doing art walk too, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah, art walk I did since after high school, 2008. I started doing art walks, and I
remember running into you a few times at art walk.
Yeah, a lot of people who originally started doing it, sadly aren't here anymore, and I just walked by it today, and I'm just like, dude, it's crazy. Like, I wish I had this when I was out of high school, you know? Like, it's so organized and clean, and, you can sell some shit. Like, I was selling shit with roaches everywhere, you know? Like, but it was dope, man. That's, it's cool to have that origin story. But in 2018, after I got my certificate and, graphic design and printing, I was like, all right, dude, I want to start a company,
Yeah.
I gotta do something, man. I'm not just gonna be. I was working at Target at the time, Graveyard, and it was cool. I was happy. I was like, dude, fuck yeah, like, But we were like trying to figure out what the name was gonna be, and then my wife, we were driving down Tyler Street, and we happened to drive by Gramercy, and like my wife just looked up and was like, dude, I got the name for this company. And I was like, what is it? Because I said a bunch of bullshit, you know? And then she was like, dude, Gramercy. And I was like, dude, babe, I fucking love you. Like, dude, Gramercy is this shit. Like, why didn't I think of that, And it's kind of like one of those things, when somebody comes up with a name and you're like, damn, I could have thought of that. Like, I felt like we thought of that name before somebody else did. Yeah. And then we looked up what it meant instantly, and it means to give gratitude and to be grateful. And that's kind of like, dude, like, I'm on this weird spiritual journey where I'm like, dude, I'm trying to be grateful for everything negative, negative or positive. It's life, and it's beautiful. Yeah. And, we're lucky to experience it in the weird, healthy limb way, like we got everything. So boom, instantly, got the business license, DBA shit, all that. See, I didn't even know how to do that. I asked my dad. He was like, I don't know. I was like, dude, you had a business for like 25 years. So that's the thing. It's like, there was never really like my parents loved me, they had my back, like, house-wise, but like to do something like that, they were just like, oh, échale ganas. I'm like, all right, here I go. Like, what's a DBA? Google, It's like, dude. So yeah, figuring all that shit out was really scary, and not a whole lot of people were doing it. Or I guess I'm kind of dude that doesn't want to ask for help either. Yeah, because it's kind of like.
No, I feel that. I'm the same way.
Yeah,
I'm the same
man. Way. Like, because sometimes, like, I'm like, dude, like, I'll do it myself. Yeah. Or doing bad. I don't know. I just kind of, that's kind of like my negative side too. It's kind of like, man, dude, ask for help. My wife says, like, dude, ask them to help you pick that up. No, I got it. And you break your back.
I'm the same way. Because I don't want to bother. I don't want to be a bother.
Yeah, I do. I hate being a burden. Yeah. And especially if someone has like a shit face when they're doing it, you know how your mom or like, if you're gonna do it bad, don't do it at all. I'm like, all right, dude. Yeah. So yeah, Gramercy was the name, and I started like printing on mugs. We were selling them on Etsy, and yeah, that's like literally right before it all kind of popped off. I'm gonna take a swig real quick.
Yeah, go for it.
Eddie, man, you got something to say, bro?
That's actually where I met you at the grand opening.
No way. Mm-hmm. Oh, I ended up meeting. Fuck. Dude, he was a cool dude. He does knives, keychains.
Hector.
Is that Hector? Yeah.
So he actually hit me up. What year was that when you had the grand opening?
That was 2021.
Yeah, so it was right after COVID.
Yeah.
The lockdown and all that. he had hit me up and he's like, "Hey, dude," he's like, "Do you still do wood burnings?" I'm like, "No, I haven't done that in forever." I'm like, "Why?" He's like, "Oh, my homie's having like a grand opening for his like art parlor thing," and he's like, "I don't have a lot of shit to sell, so you want to go like have some on the table?" And I'm like, I was like, "Well, I don't do that anymore." He's like, "Just buy a machine, like, come on." And I'm like, "All right."
I think it was like $10 for a booth too.
Yeah. I don't think he had a lot to sell,
Yeah.
so I think he just didn't want to look like.
Where did I see him? Oh, I saw him at Dos Portillo Tacos, and I was like, dude, like, cause
The one right there by the mall?
yeah, so 2020 happens.
Yeah.
We get the okay to or my buddy hits me up saying he wants to open some shit.
Yeah.
And I'm like, dude, I'm fucking down, dude. My credit score's off the roof. I'm chilling. You know, yeah, I'm down. Like, he hit me up at the right time. And then he ended up not being able to. So I had all this fire and, like, ready to do something.
Yeah.
You know, I'm like, dude, no. Oh, I'm already, like, envisioning everything, you know? Like, the universe was like, dude, like, I have no idea how to fucking start this, you know? How do I get a fucking building to myself, you know?
Yeah.
So then he ended up finding the spot, and then he was unable to. So I was like, all right, dude, like. So I told my wife, I was like, babe, like, fuck, dude, like, I'm fucking hyped on this spot. I just need a business partner. And she was like, dude, I know exactly who will be down. I was like, who? You know, like, who's gonna be down to fucking open this? We don't even know what's gonna be, you know? And she's like, I'm down. Yeah, and I was like, dude, and then like I hugged her. I was like, you seriously down? She's like, yeah, let's do it. I'm like, all right, dude, like, fuck it. So we called the leasing building, and yeah, dude, everything just kind of happened smoothly. Everything went cool, and February 25th, they gave us the keys. And I remember, like, dude, I have the keys to my own shop.
Yeah.
You know, high school dropout, son of a first-generation immigrant parents, grew up in Atlanta, and I'm going to do this thing that I have no idea what I'm doing. I just know I want to display the work that I've always loved. And I remember some of my buddies were like, dude, like, who are the artists you're going to bring in? I'm like, dude, I have no one. Like, there's no, like, name brand or whatever. I just knew, like, all right, I'm going to start this shit. So then I'm kind of handyman, too. Like, when it comes to, like, pipe work, drywall, like, I just learned that shit myself.
Yeah.
So when it came to, like, demo day, it was popping, dude. Like, I was, all right, and that shit was bad, dude. It was built in 1955, 1956. And that shit had a rat infested. Oh, dude, it was bad, bro.
Yeah?
Yeah, the lady was living in there. There's a shower in there. There's a bathtub in there. Dude, when we when we started tearing down the panels, there was like cup of noodles in the walls, dude. It was crazy. I was like waiting to find some money, dude. I was like, dude, let's give me some luck.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude. So everything I just went all out, man, and I like lived and breathed that place, and that's where Manny comes in. So I have a soft opening just to, like, show the community what's going on, and Manny, I get this package in the fucking mail. I'm like, what the fuck? Nobody knows my address. Like, who's sending me a box, you know? And it says Manny Contreras or whatever. And I was like, what the fuck? I haven't talked to this guy in forever.
Yeah.
Like, he's sending me some shit. And then it's like 2 of his fucking candles, right? And I'm like, oh my God, it smells amazing. I'll spark that bitch up. And I read his little card, and I was like, all right, cool, man. Like, you know, showing respect or whatever. And then I'm like, dude, like, we need more of these candles. So I go online, not realizing these things are like $200.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, and I was like, dude, this whole fucked up, because now I want this shit, and this has to be the smell of the space.
Yeah.
So, yeah, and that ended up, every other month, I would end up ordering candles to fucking make that place smell like it did when we opened.
Yeah.
And it was always a compliment. Like, that place always smelled amazing. People were just coming in. Dude, the smell drove me in here.
Yeah.
'Cause I would spray everywhere. I ended up buying a perfume for it. So I would spray the fucking shirts, the plants, the drapes. So when we opened the doors, people walking by were like, dude, it smells good. And I was always into, like, post-hardcore music.
Yeah.
You know? Like, I listened to, like, Circa Survive, Sales.
I always associated Circus Survive and Sales into you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Always.
Yeah, man. So, like, I still bang that shit to this day, you know? Like,
Yeah.
so having this gallery that smells amazing with plants and all this cool aesthetic, but with this like hardcore music playing in the background was kind of like, what? It was a really cool vibe, man.
Yeah.
So yeah, we were able to bring people in, and people started like loving our events, which was kind of weird because we opened during like when the lockdown was lifted,
Yeah.
so everyone was still kind of iffy about going
Yeah.
out, and I was like, dude, like I don't give a fuck, I'm opening this shit up
Yeah.
because this is the dream.
Hell
Come
yeah.
if you want, come if you don't, you know, do whatever you want, but this is gonna be open, and this is my shit.
How did
And,
the like all the neighbors from that?
oh,
business,
that was another thing. So it's like figuring out who was cool, who wasn't, you know, and yeah, figuring out the neighbors was a little weird, but luckily we had some cool neighbors. We had a hair salon who would just tell us to like keep it down.
Really?
Yeah, they were just like, Raymond. I'm like, oh, dude, just let me do my thing, man.
Keep it on like what? Like the
The
music?
music was too loud. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Cause I was blasting, dude.
Fuck
like,
it.
Yeah, I was like, dude, like I'm in the middle of the shopping centers. I don't have like any street,
Yeah.
you know, viewing. So I had to play like music, dude. And I would play like AFI, Minus the Bear. Oh man, I'm shooting blanks right now, man. but that always happens.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah, definitely.
I get in the car, I'm like, fuck.
Yeah.
But
Everyone says that. I should have mentioned this.
Yeah. But and that's literally how it all happened. Like people would come in because of the music. Like I would play like Russian circles, and somebody would be like, "Dude, you're playing Russian circles?" I'm like, "Yeah." Dude, nobody plays Russian
Yeah.
circles. I'm like, dude, hell yeah. Welcome, and they'll buy a shirt, and they'll just come to our events, and just even that, like they didn't even have to buy anything, but just making our shows feel like they're being viewed, you know.
Yeah.
And I think that's what made Gramercy really cool. Was that like it felt like high end, or it felt like, you know, kind of bougie, as everyone would say, but it wasn't. Like I was like, what's up, dude? Let's talk about music.
Yeah.
Fucking, what kind of art do you do? Bring your portfolio. Or I always screen printed my own shirts, so I would have like open studio night where people can come and screen print shirts with me.
That's fucking tight.
Yeah, dude, it's like everything I wanted as a kid, I was able to accomplish through that gallery.
Yeah.
And yeah, it got to the point where even the city started acknowledging it and was like, dude, like we're sleeping on this dude. And so yeah, so a couple months into our grand opening, I started getting some like big names in the gallery, and I was like, holy shit, dude, this is happening, man.
Yeah.
So I was like, all right. So we ended up getting, you know, a bunch of cool artists. I ended up working with like every artist I've ever wanted to work with. And just the short 2 years that Gramercy was there, the biggest like crazy moment was when Colin from the guitarist for Circus Survive was down to be in our show.
Really?
Yeah, man. And I was like, dude, I told him, because so every single time I like reached out to somebody, I was like, dude, they're not gonna read my DM.
Yeah.
I would crack open a beer, and I'm like, and my wife was like, what are you doing? I'm like, dude, I'm about to send this DM, you know? So I would pound my beer. I'm like, yo, what up? Just opened my new space. We're new to Riverside, trying to bring this new subculture art thing to Riverside. And everyone was always like, what? Riverside? The fuck is Riverside at? Is that LA? Nah, man, it's Inland Empire.
Inland Empire.
But yeah, he was like, dude, like, I'm down. And I remember telling my wife, like, dude, I got fucking Circa in Gramercy, dude. And that was like, yeah, nothing I guess the dream come true, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, man. So and then being able to work with other artists who are just like, dude, I look up to your shit. Like,
Yeah.
And then, so then it came to like, all right, how are we gonna make money? You know, because galleries, they have to sell artwork to make money. And not a whole lot of people are gonna go to a gallery in Riverside and buy a painting for $2,000.
Yeah.
So I instantly started hitting up artists that I like loved.
Yeah.
And just DMing them, dude. Like, hey, dude, how much to commission you to design something for my gallery?
Yeah.
A lot of them just leave you on red, but the ones that hit were like, dude. So we ended up getting like 6 artists that I liked. I was like, dude, like Jeremy Fish. Jeremy Fish is OG, man. What's pretty cool is there's a video that I did in like 2020,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm talking about how I look up to these artists. All the artists I mentioned in that video, I ended up working with in Gramercy.
Really?
Yeah, dude. Like it's
That's
just
fucking
like,
tight.
It's crazy, man.
Oh, it's Anna.
It scared me. I thought it was a mirror, dude.
I do have a mirror at the end of the hall.
Dude, no shit. I thought it was a mirror. Good God. It looked like The Shining.
Oh,
yeah, like the hallway. And I was like, dude. So yeah, man. So actually, not a whole lot of people know that we closed Gramercy or why we closed Gramercy. But Gramercy was cool. We did our thing. And that kind of propelled my name to like, dude, have you seen this gallery? Oh, this is the artist. It's a artist-run gallery, you know? And we were having like live bands fucking jamming with us, like indie music.
Did you have any issues with that, like having live bands?
No, dude. Like
Really?
surprisingly,
No, like the neighbors or nothing like that.
I think because I felt like the city really needed like a music scene too.
Yeah,
there
I
was-
think it still does.
Yeah, bro. Like
Yeah.
there needs to be like a place for all of us, you know?
Yeah.
Like even now, I'm like I go downtown, like oh, dude, like.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I always say, like so there's like this. I wanted to do like an art festival / music, but yeah, there's a shit just floating around. But like now I know that I can't. You know, I'm
Yeah.
like, dude, like now I can do. I don't want to say I can do whatever I want, but I can do it if I have an idea and I can probably do it. Like the connects I got from Gramercy is just there now,
Yeah.
and that's something like you can't pay that shit. You know, you
Oh,
have to
yeah.
you have to really. That's what I tell anyone. I guess it kind of goes with anything. Like when artists would come up, like, dude, how do you get into galleries? And it's like, dude, like you have to go and shake hands. You
Yeah.
have to go and network.
Yeah.
Like, what kind of artwork do you like? Oh, I like this and this and this. Like, well, have you gone to one of the shows where they like display that work? No. It's like, dude, then get out of your fucking room and do it, man. Like,
Yeah.
put $20 in your tank. Go to LA, San Diego, whatever. I would say LA because literally, like, that's where it all is, man. And it's
Yeah.
just like show after show after show and. There's curators just walking. Like I was a curator walking around, and people were like, "Oh, this is Raymond. He's a curator. He's an artist. Hit him up." I'm like, "Dude, let me see your work." But like scroll, like literally, it's just kind of like scroll their Instagram. Like, "Oh, dude, your shit's really dope." Take his number down and then put him in the show. It's that simple, and people think it's like this. Oh, I don't have my masters. I don't have my this and that. I'm like, dude, at the end of the day, your work will speak for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's something I got really annoyed with because. I forget. I was like, dude, I'm getting these fucking emails from people like, hey, I'm an artist from blah, blah, blah. I'm like, dude, babe, I'm a curator. Look at this shit.
Yeah, yeah.
There's people from like colleges emailing me, and I'm like, dude, like, what the fuck? Like, why am I grading your work? Like,
Yeah.
So yeah, it was a weird thing to have the position to say, like, this guy gets a show, this guy doesn't. But it all came down to, like, my taste of art. And yeah, man, I feel like I'm scrambling right now in my head.
No, dude.
But let me take a swig. But yeah, man, shoot me a question or something.
What's because you started doing like, what were they like, just shows or like conventions or what were those like? What were those like?
Oh, dude, so
Because I would say you would have like a booth set up and stuff.
so in 2019. So in 2019, all right. So there's this convention called DesignerCon.
Yeah.
DesignerCon.
Yeah.
You probably have you been there?
No. I've
you,
heard of it
You
though.
fucked up, man. Because
I
now it's in
fucked up.
Vegas.
It's Vegas
It's
thing
in
only
Vegas.
now?
Yeah. So they just moved to Vegas last year. Oh, this year is the first year they're gonna be in Vegas. Sorry, I got to burp again.
No, do it. Fuck it.
So they sold like sick ass collector toys, a little bit of everything. It was like a Comic-Con, but a little more artsy.
Yeah.
Driven, like. Sorry. So I caught on to that like in around 2012. Damn, that sounds so long ago. Damn.
11,
it is.
well, 12 years ago now.
Shit,
12 years ago.
2012.
Yeah.
So I came across DesignerCon in 2012 because some of my favorite artists were vendors there.
Yeah.
So I was like, all right, dude, like, I got to go check this out. It was in Pasadena. So it was kind of cool to, like, just be able to meet the artists that you like. And they would just shake your hand and draw you something and you
Yeah.
dip out.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like you buy something from them directly. And it was cool to be able to support the artists like that. So fast forward to 2019. For some reason, I felt like I was worthy of getting a booth. And I signed up and I was able to they accepted me. And I was like, oh, fuck yeah.
What
Dude,
are like the requirements?
I have no idea, dude.
Really?
Yeah. But there's been people who I'm like, dude, didn't accept you. Like, your work is amazing, you know.
Oh,
And-
there was people that weren't accepted.
oh, dude, there's people that don't get accepted for some weird reason. I'm not
that's
sure how. I'm not sure how the grading goes
Yeah.
or whatever. But 2019, me and my buddy Matt, we get a booth, and like if you're gonna go all out, you build your own walls, you know, like you make it look like legit. So we ended up doing that, and we put a lot of money into it. It was really expensive to fucking do. It's extremely expensive to do conventions, especially if you're just starting out and you're like, and you have like high expectations.
Yeah.
You're like, dude, I'm gonna fucking sell this and this and that, and nothing sells, and you're just
Oh.
like, whatever. So that's where you kind of have to be like, all right, dude, well, I'm stoked to be here.
Yeah.
You know, like
Exposure,
you can't-
exposure.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So when people say like, oh, exposure doesn't pay, like, dude, all my connects, a lot of my connects, my top paying connects were made through exposure.
Yeah.
So it's cool to do some free shit. It just depends on what or who you're doing free shit for.
Yeah.
You know, because I've done a lot of free shit in my life, and my first mural ever was a freebie. You know, and that thing has given me a lot.
Which mural was it?
Dude, which was really cool. So hold on.
Yeah, okay.
So conventions,
Yeah.
did that. So that was like my first like entrance to decon. I was like, oh, dude, sick. 2020 is gonna go hard. Everything shut down. Blah blah blah. So 2021, I opened Gramercy, and then my landlord happened to own Cavalier Liquor on Tyler Street, right across from Smart and Final.
Oh, okay.
And which was kind of cool because that was like the spot back in high school where I didn't card you. So like I was like, oh, dude, like that's the spot.
Yeah.
So he was like, hey man, would you want to do something there? I was like, all right, cool. Fuck it. Like I've never done a mural, so I'm not gonna be like, dude, give me $2,000, $3,000, whatever. And then he was like, yeah, I'll talk to the manager and you know let them pick a design. So I ended up picking something I really didn't care to do, but I'm like, I'm gonna do it anyways.
Yeah.
And I didn't realize how rough that area was too. Like, dude, it gets crazy.
Yeah.
Man. So I'm over here hanging out with all the bums. They were really cool though. Like that's the thing too. Like I don't know. I ended up becoming cool with all the homeless dudes.
Yeah.
Dude, like if anyone fucks with you, I got your back. I'm like, dude, thanks, man.
Hell
You
yeah.
know, like, and they'd come and bring the little keyboards and jam out. I'm like, dude, they're cool ass dudes,
Yeah.
man. Like they, you know, some of them are a little weird or whatever, but whatever. That's the way it is. But yeah, that was the first mural I ever done, and my mom came out, my dad came out, and it was just like a really cool, like, dude, like, it's not Arlanza. I don't know if it's considered Arlanza, but it's down the street, you know,
Yeah.
the hood, and I'm like,
Close
all
to
right,
home.
dude. Yeah,
Close
close,
to
to home. And I'm like, dude. So a lot of people hit me up and like, dude, that's so dope. I'm like, yeah, I know, dude. It's like,
Nobody's like tried to deface
and
it.
for some reason, it doesn't get tagged on, dude.
Also, it's still up.
It's still up, and
that's
I'm
cool.
like, dude, it's been there for what, 1, 2, 3, 4, almost 3 years now.
Yeah.
It's actually 3 years, and yeah. So after that, my landlord happened to have. So this is like my introduction to murals. He was like, "Hey, dude, would you want to do that in Vegas? You know, I got a complex out there." And I was like, "Dude, hey, babe." I hit my wife. I'm like, "Hey, dude, you down to go to Vegas to do a mural?" And she's like, "Oh, you know, we'll see how much it costs. You know, see what's up."
Yeah.
And he was like, "Oh, dude, you can stay at my place. I own the apartments across the street." I was like, "Dude, like this dude owns the whole fucking thing." Yeah. So I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "Yeah, you can stay in my place." I was like, "Dude, all right, let's go." So we went. I took my mom, my kids, my wife, and we go and check out the wall. And I'm like, "Dude, it's like this. It's a fucking huge wall." And I'm like, "All right, dude, I'll do it." Like he's like, "Yeah, I'll give you a month's rent free." I'm like, "All right." So knocked that shit out, and then people started following me from Vegas. That because there's murals everywhere in Vegas. You know, if you go downtown.
Yeah.
And yeah, dude, I started getting some cool connects through that. And then what happened? And then I do Decon 2021. You know, we're a gallery, and this company approaches me, and they want me to do a mural in Oregon.
Oh
and,
shit.
And I was like, dude, like what the? And 2021, dude, that was the year where like I started realizing, like, dude, like, because I started selling out. Like, I was selling out my original paintings, and I was like, dude, the paintings were like $400 or $500. And I was like, dude, like, what the fuck? That's crazy.
Yeah.
You know, people are buying my work, and you know, like I had the mentality. My mental state is kind of like, dude, I'm still stoked to be here, because when you do a convention, you end up becoming really cool with all the other vendors. You know, you get plugged in with where they get their toys made, the pins, and blah blah blah. You know, everyone just kind of it becomes this family, and as artists, or like painters or designers, we sit in our studios a lot, and we don't really talk to a whole lot of people. You know, we're just in our bubbles. So when you get to do that, it's just fucking cool. You know,
Yeah.
other people acknowledge you. Like, hey, you're that guy that did. I'm like, dude, you saw that? Like, yo, yeah, I'm that guy. And so yeah, that's kind of like what happened, man. And then so I got invited to do a mural in Oregon, and I was like, all right, I think, because I believe in spirituality too. There's this thing called the vortex. When you mentally are in the vortex, it's everything going good,
Yeah.
and you have to. So when everything's, let's say you're like driving down the street, and all your lights are green, and you kind of start, when you start to notice, you're like, damn, all the lights are green. You're like, oh shit, that's a vortex. Like, they say that's the time when you should make an iffy decision and really lean on it and make it like, dude, just send that email, that text, whatever. It's vortex mode. so a lot of times I'm like, dude, like I'm gonna ask this. So whenever that happened, when everything's going good, is usually when I would like crack a beer open and send that message to the artist I want to be a part of the gallery.
Yeah.
And I would say 90% of the time it was a yes.
Yeah?
Yeah, bro. And yeah, and like life's fucking amazing right now. Like even now, like I'll get to so fast forward, 2022. I actually opened some art studios too.
Really?
Yeah, you know about that?
I did not know
So
about that.
2021 we had a gallery. 2022 my landlord had an empty building in a corner that had like 6 empty rooms. So it was like a building, little office space, and then like little cubicles,
Yeah.
And I was like, dude, this would be such a sick, because I wanted the Brockton Arcade to be like this sick ass like music, art driven compound of things, and because we had like a bar, we had the Little Green Onion. It was just
Is that still there? The little green
yeah,
onion?
yeah. So it was just like, dude, something needs to crack here. Like,
Yeah.
It's just such a cool thing. But anyways, yeah, we had the studios, and then our landlord, in 2023,
Last year?
last year, yeah. Some bullshit happened with the studios, and he refused to give us our deposit back.
Oh,
and I'm
shit.
like, bro, like I decked out your space, man. Like I made that like amazing.
You know what? I do remember seeing like your videos of you like.
Oh yeah, going ham, dude.
Yeah.
Dude. I'm like, I didn't know anything. I didn't know how to fucking, do concrete work and like that, But everyone was like, dude, who's your designer? Who's your interior designer? I'm like, dude, like that's me.
Me, homie.
Like, that's me doing YouTube.
Yeah.
No, but I had this. So I got during COVID. I got into Mad Men, really heavy. I don't know if you guys watch Mad Men.
I've seen a couple episodes here and there.
But I like dove heavy into it. Like every time that dude would drink, I would drink, and I was like, dude, like, it was dope, man, because it was about advertisement, like design, layout, whatever. So I became like, when I had the business, I became like this business minded person.
Yeah.
So yeah, long story short, the landlord, we had some complications. So then he refused to give us our deposit back, and we had just celebrated our 2-year anniversary at the gallery, and I was like once there's like a loss of respect like that, it's kind of like, hey, dude, like I'm a full on fucking dad.
Yeah.
The businesses are like my life. Like that's how I feed my family.
Yeah.
And you are refusing to give me something that I know I deserve. And I was like, hey man, I texted him like, hey dude, like this is my 30-day notice. Like we're done. And he was like, what? Like, are you serious? And my wife was like, dude, before you send that, like you've done everything to that building. Like, are you sure? And I'm like, dude, like once the respect is lost, it's kind of done. It's kind of like, nah, I'm good.
Yeah.
I had no idea what I was gonna do next, and I didn't even think about it. I was just like, dude, like fuck that. You're not gonna disrespect me.
Yeah.
And yeah, man. So we told him we're gonna dip, and we had like a closing party or whatever, and then we dipped. And then a lot of people were like, dude, like we just partied with you like last month. Now you're gone. And what was really fucking cool was like the week before we actually closed the doors, the museums came by, like the Riverside Art Museum came by, and they were like, dude, like what are you gonna do? Please keep the gallery in Riverside. Don't, because we were thinking about like moving to like Long Beach or Orange County, somewhere that has a little more help with the community. You know?
Yeah.
Because their art walk's crack. I don't know if you've been to.
I've only been to the Riverside one.
Oh no, Santa Ana Art Walk, dude. That's a.
Oh, you know what? I have
it's a
been to the
fucking
Santa Ana
block
one.
party, bro.
Yeah, that one. Yeah.
There's like dancers everywhere.
Yeah.
So we were like, oh, we don't know what we're gonna do, you
Yeah.
know, but we'll keep our options open.
Yeah.
So I quickly started looking for space, and it was just so expensive, dude. Like it was like fucking $5,000, $4,000,
Like Orange County?
leases. No, here, Riverside,
Oh,
bro.
shit.
Yeah, and I was like, what the fuck, dude? Like for smaller spaces too.
Yeah.
And they still need to be renovated. So yeah, so I was like, dude, like, I think I just need to chill. Like,
Yeah.
I'm gassed out anyways. So I was like, all right, dude. Like, so my wife's like, dude, like, just chill. You know, we'll figure it out. So then, yeah, dude, slowly, paintings were still, you know, people. Luckily, my collectors were still buying my work and were interested in what I was going to produce.
Yeah.
I had my first solo show last year too in Santa Fe, New Mexico, which is pretty fucking awesome.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it was like I ended up selling like 4 pieces. Like I sold my most expensive piece. It was like $2,000, I think.
Oh shit.
But I'm like, dude, that's such a weird thing, man. Like when somebody buys like a piece of your mind, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
and like they love it so much that they're willing to pay this much for something, and it's just, yeah, man, I'm super lucky to have a support system like that, you know.
Yeah.
But this year's been like, sorry, I'm gonna take a swig there.
No, go for it. Go for it.
Anyways, Eddie, say something, man. say something while I swig, bro.
No, man, I'm always curious to hear.
I think I saw you. Daily Brew one time, and I was like, dude, I don't know.
Oh, I go there a lot.
I was like, I don't know if he knows me. I don't know if I should say what's up. You know, does that happen to you?
Oh yeah.
You see
yeah.
someone from school, you're like, man, I don't know if he remembers me or recognizes me.
It's funny because that always happens at coffee shops.
Yeah.
I always run into like people that I kind of know, but it's just like they're doing their thing. I'm like, I don't know if I should go say what's up or not.
I also hate small talk.
Yeah.
So I'm always like, I don't want to like, oh hey, how you been? What's up? You know, like, I haven't seen you in like what 10 years. Like,
I know. What are you doing now?
yeah.
That's funny. Fuck. Oh, sorry.
No.
Oh, are we good?
Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
This is unfiltered, whatever.
All right.
We'll bleep it out later.
Dude, it's kind of weird to fucking try and put everything in a nutshell because everything is just so good.
So are you still like producing your paintings and stuff? Like,
Yeah, so
full-time?
so we closed Gramercy right last year, and I was like, all right. I had this weird like identity crisis where I was like, dude, like I put my heart into these companies, and like everyone knows me because I'm the, you know, it got to the point where I would go to like art supply stores and they were like, hey, you're the Gramercy guy. And I was like, dude, fuck yeah, I'm Gramercy guy.
Hell
And, like,
yeah,
I
man.
loved it, dude. Like people would have me see me wear a Gramercy sweater or shirt or whatever, a Gramercy hat. I'm like, oh, dude, have you been in that gallery? I'm like, yeah, I'm the owner. You know, and I was like,
Yeah.
they're like, what, dude, tight. And it was pretty funny because like my first like hype moment was when I went to a show and I was fucking taking a piss, and the guy next to me was like, hey, you're the guy, you're the art guy. I'm like, dude, that's tight.
Yeah?
I'm like, what's up, man? Yeah, I'm the art guy.
It didn't make you feel like kind of awkward or like,
Nah, I think I was probably hammered already.
because
too.
we've been recognized before.
Yeah.
And it makes me feel awkward. It makes me feel like, oh, like I don't know if I like that, you know.
Nah, yeah, man, take it, bro.
And it's cool, but it's just like weird because like we come from like a similar background where we're kind of like you, where we're just like what, they're interested in our stuff, like
Yeah.
especially like a stranger, like it's kind
Yeah.
of normal if it's
Nah,
like a homie.
you know
but
what's cool, man? Is something that I realized is like, all right, for example, like I fucking nerd out when I see somebody random wearing like a band shirt that I like,
Yeah.
and I'm like, dude,
Yeah.
or like I'm like, dude, that's fucking tight. And my wife's like, what? Like, dude, that guy had a At the Drive-In shirt. Like nobody wears an At the Drive-In
Yeah.
shirt, you know? And yeah, I think it's just that, like I just get hyped on that. I'm sure people get hyped on like, oh, that guy's kind of like me. So like right now, like some of my like mentors with some of my friends, they're like heavy in the game, and fuck, I just lost it.
Hey, it happens. I mean, it
Shit,
happens.
dude, it was floating. And it was like, damn, I forgot what I was gonna say.
No, but going to the whole like seeing somebody wearing like a band shirt that you like, and you're just like, oh hey, like cool shirt. I try to like do that when I do see some, especially somebody younger wearing
Yeah.
a shirt of a band that I'm just like, oh that's tight. I'll tell them like, hey, I like your shirt, or, like
Yeah,
cool
yeah.
shirt. You know, because I remember being younger and somebody doing that to me. I was like, oh that's tight.
Yeah, I remember blasting. It was funny at the drive-in over here by Polo Loco off Van Buren,
Yeah.
and somebody like reaching out like, "Dude, turn that shit up." I was like, "Dude, hell yeah!" Because you don't see a whole lot. I don't know. I guess it's kind of weird, but I think people just get hyped that they see somebody who thinks like them, or they genuinely like what you talk, or
Yeah.
the people you have in your podcast. Sorry, I got a burp again.
Do it. There you go.
So sorry.
No,
Dude,
don't
I
apologize.
don't know, that feels rude.
Hey, we're gross, all right? No, don't worry about it. Yeah.
Fuck. What were we saying again?
What were we talking about? Recognizing band shirts.
Oh yeah, I think yeah, I get imposter syndrome. That's what that
Oh,
is.
yeah, yeah.
I mean, it's kind of like, dude, like that's not me. Nah, that's cool, you know. Especially this year. This year I've so there's an artist who is an OG, triple OG from Riverside.
Yeah.
His name is Jeff Soto. I don't know if you guys know.
I know the name. I don't know him,
So
though.
he went to Norte Vista.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
so
shit.
like way back in the like
Yeah.
the 90s, right?
Yeah.
And that's the dude like I looked up to because he was from Riverside. I'm like, dude, this guy put us on the map, kind of thing. Did you guys know Bobby Hunter's from Riverside?
No.
Yeah, crazy. He went to Poly.
Oh, shit. I had no idea.
Yeah, dude, crazy. But see, but that's the thing. A lot of these artists who become successful or who are a little successful don't really rep. They're from Riverside. They say
Yeah.
they're from Greater Los Angeles or whatever the shit.
Yeah.
And that's something I was always like, nah, Riverside.
Riverside,
Yeah, I'm
homie.
Riverside, man.
Riverside.
And then they're like, where is that? By LA? I'm like, nah, Riverside.
It's Riverside.
Because I'm not San Bernardino, dude. I'm Riverside.
Yeah.
But shit, where are we at?
Rapping Riverside. That's what you're talking about.
Jeff Soto.
Yeah, Jeff.
So whatever. I looked up to this guy, especially when I found this magazine, and like that was like this. It was a magazine called Juxtapose, and it had all these.
Oh,
artists.
I remember those
Yeah,
magazines.
hey, dude, they were dope,
Yeah. I think I
And-
might still have a couple, actually.
bro. Like a handful of those artists I've been able to work with now, and I'm just like, dude, what the fuck, you know? So this year, Jeff Soto reached out to me. He teaches at RCC.
Oh, okay.
So that was kind of like a bucket list thing. Something I never thought I'd be able to do was he invited me to go give a lecture
Oh, wow.
about my life to his students and the art club.
Yeah.
And I'm like, dude, what do you want me to do? And it was paid. It was a paid gig.
Oh,
like, you're
wow.
gonna pay me to go talk about who I am and what I'm doing right now.
Yeah.
And I'm like, dude, all right, dude, I would have done this shit for free, but let's go. And yeah, so I ended up talking to students, and they were like, so ran out of time, and they were lined up to talk to me. I'm like, dude, like these
Really?
students are lined up to talk to me and ask me questions, or like have me take a photo with them.
Yeah.
And it started kind of hitting me like, dude, like my wife was always like, dude, like, cause I'm always like, oh, dude, I gotta find a big dog, or like a big artist, big name. And she's always been kind of like, dude, like you're a big dog too, like take yourself serious.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, I am a big dog, like
Yeah.
like legit, dude, like you put it out in the universe and it will give it to you, man.
Oh, yeah.
And yeah, so that's like something that happened this year.
Were you nervous to do that?
Fuck yeah, dude.
Yeah?
Because he was like, hey, have your slides ready. And I'm like, hey, babe, how do you make a slide? like what? So I instantly YouTube like slides,
Yeah.
PowerPoints, and all this shit popped up. And I'm like, dude, how do you do this?
Yeah.
And there's this thing called Keynotes. And like I hate bugging people, I'm like, dude, let me figure this out.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So I figured it out it the best that I could. And I put a video in there, and just it was really dope to the point where after the speech or the lecture, Jeff was like, dude, like that was amazing. Like, how did you do that? I'm like, dude, I have no idea how I did it. But I'm glad you like it, dude, because like I figured this out 2 days ago.
Yeah.
And it wasn't kind of like let me have a beer and loosen up. I was at school, so I was like, and and then they were giving me questions and shit. And it was, I don't know, it was just it felt cool to have some kind of appreciation, Yeah. Because I was doing it to not get acknowledgement from my community. I was doing it just kind of like, dude, I just want to do some cool shit.
Yeah.
And the fact that like I can sit back and realize people are like, dude, like we miss Gramercy, like oh shit, like people really cared about this place, and people look forward to Gramercy shows because we would always try and reach out to bands to come play, and it was always like, dude, we'll pay you your gas money, we'll give you some beer, some food, but we're self-funded, it was all private.
Yeah.
There was no city endorsement or anything, So that's what we were able to do what we wanted to do, So, yeah.
Do you have any plans to want to open up another spot? Or just not right now?
No, I tried, dude, but
Yeah?
it's just expensive.
Yeah.
And I don't even have, like, it's been cool to sit back and just kind of hang out with my kids.
Yeah.
And just, like, freelance.
Yeah.
There's gigs that, like, I've like somehow landed.
Yeah.
And like, do you know what NDA means?
Oh yeah.
So I didn't know about that. So
like
they were
non-disclosure.
Yeah. So they were like, "Hey, just so you know, there's NDA," and I was like, "What the fuck is NDA?"
Can't talk about it.
Yeah, you can't talk about it. I was like, "Damn, I reached NDA," and
that's when you made it. If you gotta sign some NDA
cool,
shit,
man.
yeah.
It feels cool and scary too.
Oh
it's
yeah.
like a big ass contract, and I'm like, "Oh shit!" I'm like, "Babe, I got an NDA." But yeah, I gotta give a shout out to my buddy Cisco. So my buddy Cisco runs Never Made. He was also like one of the designers for Shepherd Ferry for like 11 years.
Oh wow.
So I've been a fan of him since like 2019.
Yeah.
And I guess last year he kind of invited me to go do some murals with him, and we just kind of became like homies. And then we became like homies where we're like getting like drunk together and shit, and then like just fucking hanging out. So he invited me out to South by Southwest this year to go help him out with his booth, and that's what I mean. I was like, dude, like I'll fly out. You need help, I'll do it. And like I booked my flight. Never asked like, hey, dude, are you gonna book my shit?
Yeah.
And it's kind of like, dude, like I get to go network. Fuck
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you're going to introduce me, dude, because you don't know who's walking around out there. Dude, have you been to South by Southwest?
No.
Jesus, dude.
But it's like a citywide thing,
bro,
right?
it's everyone's walking
Art,
around.
music, everything.
Yeah, you see everyone walking by. You see
Even movies,
bands.
I think.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
filmed too, man. So you just never know who you're going to run into, right?
Yeah.
So I was like, dude, hell yeah. And then I fronted my flight and whatever, blah, blah, blah. I go. He ended up buying like all the dinners, drinks, whatever. Like he paid for all that shit. But the networking the hands that I shook, you can't pay, and it's just kind of like I've always wanted, because I've always wondered, like, I'm into like the human origins, like where we come from, who made us, that type of shit. So like I'm always like, dude, I gotta go visit I've never been to Mexico, like as an adult. So I'm like, dude, I gotta go to Mexico and like explore that shit, with the mind that I have now.
Yeah.
So I happened to run into a bunch of dope ass artists from Mexico City, and they were like, dude, like pull up to Mexico, dude, like we got you. I'm like, dude,
that's fucking tight.
yeah. So I was like, dude, now I have a purpose to go to Mexico and just further out my network, But that never would have happened if I didn't take that risk. And like, dude, I got it. So when we get back, he's like, hey, we fuck around. He's like, hey, bitch, how much was your flight? I was like, oh, so-and-so. And then he ended up fucking fronting me the flight.
Oh,
and I was
hell
like,
yeah.
dude, like, I was like, bro, like, you didn't even have to. He's like, nah, bro, like, I appreciate you, man. Like, thank you for your help.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm saying. Is like, sometimes if you just take that fucking risk, man, like, it's all risk, bro. Like,
Oh, yeah.
legit. Those DMs I've sent, those, like, declines, those failures, it's all been, like, scary.
Oh, yeah.
But like you learn to love that shit. Like
Yeah.
it makes your heart race. What's cool what it does is it makes your brain start like running. Like, dude, how am I gonna make this work?
Yeah.
And that's something we don't do if we're comfortable, man. Like you don't know how to trigger that, and like
Gotta make that jump.
Yeah, you do, man, and it's fucking scary because
Yeah.
our bodies want to protect us.
Yeah.
But you gotta be like, nah, I'm good, bro. I don't need you. You know? I'll see what I land, and you just leap, bro. And yeah, that's literally how these past 3 years have been. We're 24 now.
2024.
All right, so these 4 years have been just leaps of faith, man. And luckily, I've been landing. I guess on soft landings. You know, I'm falling, but I'm soft falling.
But you're getting up.
Yeah.
You're
Yeah,
getting
but
up.
I'm getting up, but I'm
Yeah.
still leaping though.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Like, just because you land somewhere doesn't mean you're set either. You still
Yeah.
got to keep jumping, man.
Yeah.
And yeah, and that's what we like. A lot of people get stuck. Like, nah, dude, I'm good. I'm like, no, man, there's still more for you to do. Like, don't get too comfortable. And yeah, so Saleson. So
Yeah. How did that come about?
So we'll end it with here. So everything's kind of fucking going pretty cool. You know, like art wise, everything's beautiful. I literally can't complain about my life, man.
Yeah.
So except like I've been trying to get now I'm turned 35 this year, so I'm trying to get a little more healthy. And I'm like juicing and shit. And so we have this cycling bike that I get on, and I'm cycling, and I get an ad for Saleson tickets for Pomona. And I'm like, oh fuck, like that's cool. Like I haven't seen Saleson in a minute, and my daughter's gonna be 11 this year, so I was like, all right, I think she's ready for her first show. So I get tickets, balcony, because I want to sit down.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, dude, that's such a big thing now. Like, I didn't realize how much I loved that until I forgot what show it was where I sat down. I was like, oh, I love this.
Dude, you know what was a cool show? I saw Citizen here like last week.
Oh, I wanted to go to that, and I slept on getting tickets.
The municipal has benches you can just sit on.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my God, dude, I sat down and just enjoyed the shit out of it, you know? But yeah, so I try and like not do general admission or like the pit or whatever. So I get his balcony seats. I'm like, cool, I get to hang out with my kid, watch the show. So I'm on the fucking bike still. And I'm like, dude, that'd be dope if I fucking design a poster for these guys, you know?
Yeah.
Like, who am I to think that, you know? Like, and I'm like, fuck it, dude. So I go on their website and I look up their management, and I'm like still cycling, you know? And then, dude, my email is so dumb too. Like, that's the thing, man. Like,
It's like a high school email.
dude, it's just, hey, what up, dudes? You know, like legit. It's like, hey, what's up, guys? I just got 2 tickets for me and my kid to go watch you guys. It's our first concert. I was wondering if it would be cool if I designed a poster for the gig. I really appreciate it, man. Thank you. Send that bitch. And my wife walks in to the garage while I'm doing this. She's like, what are you doing? I'm writing this email. She's like, to who? I'm like, Saleson. She's like, all right. And she just closes the door. And then, yeah, 2 days later, dude, I wake up and I'm checking my emails, and they're like, dude, they're literally legit. Like, the response was like, dude, we'd be honored to have you design a poster for us. And I was like, dude, what the fuck? So I get like nerded out heavy, and I was like, dude, I put Saleson on full blast on my speaker. I tell my wife and I tell my buddy Cisco, I'm like, bro, like, I think I just got this gig, you know, like, so he does gigs all the time, you know? So I was like, dude, how do I do this? You know, like, they're asking for this and this and this. And he was like, dude, you got it. Dude, just, you know, you tell him that or whatever. So yeah, I started drawing instantly, dude. Like, I don't give a shit. Like, don't even gotta pay me, bro. Like, I'm just hyped for this opportunity, you know? Like, dude, what? I designed a poster for Samsung. So I'm designing, drawing, whatever. And then I send it over, and then I don't get anything. So I designed another one, send it over, doesn't get anything. So I designed another one, like different variants of this fucking thing. And then like 2 weeks go by, and like I don't hear back from these dudes. Oh, they were so when they were like, yeah, we'll be honored, I was like, dude, fuck yeah, I'm down. They're like, yeah, are you cool with taking cash? I'm like, yeah, I'll take some cash, you know? Like, is it cool if we give you all access passes and like probably like 50 posters of the gig? I'm like, dude, whatever, down, you know? So then I started drawing, and then I stopped hearing stuff back. I'm like, damn, like I got hyped up for nothing, you know?
Yeah.
So then Memorial Day happens, and then then Memorial Day, my buddy Cisco. So Memorial Day, Friday, there's like 5 days, you know,
Yeah.
to the show. It was May 31st, and you know, so my buddy Cisco was like, "Hey, bitch, yeah, what happened with Seosin? Did it go through?" I'm like, "Dude, nah, they stopped responding." And he was like, "Dude, hit them up again. Like, they're probably fucking swamped. They're just getting ready for tour.
Yeah.
Like, just hey, is this still gonna happen?" I'm like, "Dude, it's Memorial Day, bro. Like, I'm not gonna send them a email."
Yeah.
So then I'm like, all right, fuck it, I'm gonna send them an email. So I'm like, "Yo, bro, you know, I know you guys are swamped. Let me know if this can still happen. Here's another design I did." And that was the one that they actually. And then so I sent that shit. And in the morning they were like, "Dude, yes, so sorry, we've been swamped. We're down. Can you produce the prints?" And like, luckily I have a large format printer. And I was like, "Dude, yes, I'll produce the prints. Cool. We'd rather pay you than a print shop." And I was like, "Dude, all right, dope." So then, you know, I finalized the design, send it in, produce the prints, and then, yeah, Friday I go to the show and everything's history, man. I bring my kid. My kid comes and she's like,
What did she think of the show?
so it's fun. Oh, sorry. Sorry. We pull up to the show. I wasn't gonna say this, but so I pull up to the show. I'm like running. I'm like, "Here are the prints." You know? And they're like, "All right, talk to Chad." I'm like, "What the fuck? Who's Chad, bro?" Like, I thought they were gonna hook me up with some tickets. It's just like a weird thing,
Yeah.
right? So I'm like, "Oh, I thought they were gonna hook me up with tickets." Whatever. Luckily, I bought my own. You know?
Yeah.
So I get my tickets, go inside. They're like, "All right, give the prints to the merch guy." So I give it to the merch guy. I'm like, "Dude, dope." I was like, "Hey man, can you hold the picture up? Like, I just want to take a photo of you holding my print in the booth, you know." So we do that, and then I go get my all access pass, and it happened to be like a photo pass, like thinking I'm a photographer to have photos of them. So I can't get to the pit, I can't get to the back, nothing, you know. So everything's going bad.
Yeah.
And I'm like, "Dude, what the fuck?" I was like, "Man, I got duped." You know? Like, I thought I was gonna meet the band.
Yeah.
And I was like, "All right, whatever, dude. I'm chilling." And then that's when I run into Anna, and then she ends up getting the poster,
Yeah.
and I sign it. And I tell her, I'm like, "Yeah, dude, I thought I was gonna get like backstage," but I was like, "You know what? Whatever, dude. This is the way this is working out, you know." And I was all butthurt. And then so I was like, I'm waiting for my daughter to get there. So I started talking to one of the like management people. And I'm like, "Yeah, dude, like, is this all access pass?" He's like, "Yeah, but you can't go backstage." And I'm like, "Dude, I designed the poster." And they're like, "Nah, we can't get you back there."
Yeah.
And I'm like, "Whatever, dude." So I hit the band. I don't want to bug them, you know, because they're out there probably practicing or rehearsing, whatever. And he's like, "Yeah, we left you the backstage passes in the front." I'm like, "Hey, they said they left them." And they're like, "Those are it." And I was like, "All right, I guess this is it, you know?" So whatever. I'm like, "All right, let me just wait for my kid." So then, long story short, one of the managers is like, "Hey, bro, I got you. I'm going to hook you up." I was like, "All right, dude, tight." So he ends up giving me the all access pass, whatever, so I can go backstage. And then my daughter gets there. And then, no, so then he gives it to me, and he's like, "All right, come with me." I'm like, "Oh, fuck yeah." I'm like walking through, you know, the Fox. And then, you know, the band comes down. I'm like, "Dude, where you been?" I was like, "What do you mean, dude?" Like, I've been out there for 3 hours. They're like, "Dude, they fucked up. They confused the passes." And I was like, "Oh, all right, like, yeah, this is backstage. Come on. This is like VIP. And I'm like, "Dude, all right, cool." So I'm like hanging out with like their kids and their family. And I'm like, "Dude, like, I've never been back here."
Yeah.
And then, yeah, so I just start talking like all like their like dads and their moms and shit. I'm like, "Dude, what a weird experience." I'm back here with like this band I've been watching since I was 13 or 14, you know, and my 10-year-old's about to get here. And so there's a band called A Lot Like Birds that was playing. I was like, "Hey man, can I watch them?" Like, "Yeah, just watch them from the stage." Like, "All right." I'm like, "Dude, there's nobody pushing me, you know,
Yeah.
perfect, bro, because I'm old, my knees hurt." And then I'm like, "Damn, I get to just watch the drummer shred and everyone just do their thing." I'm like, "Dude, like, my artwork got me here, bro."
Yeah.
And then my kid's like, "Dad, I'm outside." I'm like, "Dude, I can't wait to see my, you know, show her this." So I'm like, "All right." So they hook her up with her pass. She's like, "Dad," you know, everyone's like, it's fucking packed, dude. It was a sold out show. I'm like, "Come on." And then the merch guy, he's like, "Hey, your dad's fucking cool. And I'm like, see, baby, I'm cool. So then they take us to the back. And she's like, Dad, are we allowed to be here? I'm like, yeah, I'm the artist, baby. So we take us upstairs, and I'm like, dude, this is. So she starts like hanging out with all their kids. I'm like, dude, my kid is hanging out with their kids. Like, that's such a weird thing. Like, me from Riverside, Orlando, high school dropout, is here living life, And they're like, yeah, you can watch. So they're like, so the drummer or with the bassist, he's like, yeah, your dad's fucking cool. I was like, see, I'm cool, baby. Like, he reminded my kids.
They're just hyping you up.
Yeah, dude, they were hyping me up, and then they go, and she's like, Dad, where's the band? I was like, the band's the one that said hi to you right now. She's like, what? I was like, yeah, that's the drummer. We don't blah, blah, blah. So then they go and they start fucking shredding, and my kid just starts like, it was a weird thing to see my kid rock out. I'm like, damn.
Is she into them? Like,
yeah, she's like a rocker kid.
What a hell of a first show, dude.
Yeah, I was about to say, dude.
Yeah, like when I started crying, like legit.
Oh, hell man.
Just like, damn, like I'm so glad my kid's into my music. Like that's like, especially like you don't know what they're gonna get into, and you can't force them to like your shit. So I was like, oh, damn, dude, started crying. I'm gonna cry right now. But it was beautiful, man. It's something that like, I don't know, man. It's like throughout everything I've ever gone through, to be in that moment and to be cool with this band that I've admired growing up, and to be just on the stage. It was just me and my kid, like watching the band play. And like their kids were all falling asleep. Like, oh, Dad's already done this, Yeah. But I'm like, dude, like, wow. And then my kid, you can see everyone like doing the mosh pit and the circles. And my kid's like, Dad, what are they doing? I'm like, dude, that's a mosh pit. And the people start crowd surfing, and she's like, just her first experience. She's everything. She's like, Dad, I saw 15 crowd surfers. I saw 2 mosh pit. I'm like, dude, yeah, that's the music. That's
how it is.
And then so it was just kind of like cool.
That's tight,
Fuck
man.
yeah, man. And then like when they finished, they came up and they're like, hey, thanks for everything. Sorry for the confusion. I was like, no, it's all good, dude. And then my kid was just like, dang, thanks, Dad. And that was it, man.
That's fucking tight, dude.
It was such a weird experience. And that was last week. And I'm just like, dude, I'm so glad I was able to give my kid like that experience. You know? Like I never had that experience. Yeah. I was like, dude, I'm experiencing this with you.
Yeah.
So for me, it's more like I'm starting to feel like I'm just like thinking in the future for like the Argumedo generation of kids, like all my kids. Like I want to have these doors open for them, and like maybe I'm not like a millionaire or whatever, but I'm a fucking cool dude, and I have the people to back me up. And like, dude, like your dad was cool. He did this and that, and if my kid wants to do gallery work, she can do gallery work. They want to do so I don't know if I can talk about this yet. So after that concert,
if in case you want to know, this will come out in like 3 weeks.
Oh, okay. So I can talk about it.
Okay.
So when I was in Austin, South by Southwest, there's a convention called Flatstock. You know what that is?
No.
So Flatstock is it's like a convention of a bunch of gig posters. So it's just all the artists that do get like concert posters, they sell their concert posters, that they design for the bands. So it's like every band, like Metallica, Pearl Jam, Tool, like the artists are there. So it's like decon, but like for music, which is fucking cool because it's just all music, bro.
Yeah.
And I finish up sales and get home. I get my 50 posters that I can sell. So I'm like, tight. And then 2 days later, I get an email from this like big gig poster company, and they're like, "Hey Raymond, we are doing they're doing some poster gigs for this band called Cage the Elephant."
Yeah.
And I'm like, "Oh, all right." I've never heard of them, I guess they're big.
Oh yeah. Oh, you really have never heard of them?
Legit, dude.
Oh shit.
So I put them on real quick, and I was like, "Oh, okay, I heard this."
Yeah.
So they're like, we're wondering if you want to be a part of the team. And I was like, what the fuck? Like, Ty. And I was like, yeah, I'm down, So then, that's literally like, that was like a couple of days ago. And
Oh,
So
wow.
now there's this new wave of opportunities happening where it's not just artist, gallerist. Now I'm like gig poster.
Yeah. Because I
Dude.
love the way that sales and poster came out.
Dude, yeah.
It came out really good.
So I probably say this. So I got this gig with 311.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. So 311. So they were like, have something ready for them for August. I was like, all right. So originally I had drawn up these skulls, like similar shit.
Yeah.
But instead of sales, it said 311. And so when my buddy was like, dude, email them Memorial Day, I just took 311 out and I put sales in. It just looked fucking. It fit.
Yeah.
It fit better than 311, and yeah. So it was weird how that was originally for that band.
Yeah.
And it ended up working better for sales.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah. So then Saleson, they ended up hitting me up, and I guess they're dropping an album. I could probably say this. Yeah. So they're dropping an album, and they had emailed me and asked me if I wanted to be a part of like designing some of the T-shirts. And
Oh,
yeah,
wow,
yeah.
dude.
So now I'm probably like a part of the team,
That's fucking tight.
and I'm just like, what the fuck? And it just all happened by me cycling on this bike and just like
Making that jump.
making that leap, bro.
Yeah.
Like I'm not gonna get stuck here. You
Yeah.
know, like I still have more to do. I'm not just a gallerist. I'm not just a gallery artist.
Yeah.
Not a curator. I'm also just like an all around creative, like that just wants to do cool shit,
Yeah.
And yeah. So now I'm just kind of waiting it out, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I booked my booth for Decon this year. So I was like, dude, I'm not gonna sleep on the first designer con in Vegas.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that's gonna be crazy. So
When does that happen?
So so the reason why I got it, and I was like, dude, I'm not gonna slip on this or sleep on it. It happens November 15th. That's Friday, November 15th, which also happens to be my birthday.
Oh, damn.
So yeah, so I was like, dude, I turned 35.
Yeah.
So I was like, dude, 35, Decon. There's also a convention called Complex Con.
Oh, I know that one.
So
Yeah.
that's happening. It just the first year out there too, and I happen to have a painting in that convention. So 2 conventions, turned 35. It's probably gonna be like my last hoorah in Vegas, because I'm not about it really.
Yeah.
So and then I was like, dude, like I gotta go in,
Yeah.
So yeah, that's gonna be heavy, and what else I got going on? Yeah, that's pretty much about it, man.
I wanted to ask you, how was the contrast in like seeing Seosin now with your daughter, like being backstage and all that, compared to like your very first time seeing him?
You know what's really fucking cool is I have this ticket stub. I have this ticket stub of me holding this Seosin ticket in front of my kid's head when she was like 1.
Really?
Yeah. So now to have her holding her own ticket stub at
dude, that's
Seosin
fucking
concert
tight.
is
Yeah.
like, dude, I'm so glad I was able to do that. Like, what the fuck, But it's a little different because I'm not like in the pit,
Yeah.
Like I was more admiring my kid.
Yeah.
Like just having her live her life and realize like this is my first concert.
Yeah.
And it's with my dad and it's this band, and who knows, maybe I will be a part of this band, in the future. But yeah, I mean I've been listening to them nonstop though. Like not even gonna lie, dude. I've been like, I've been like, dude, like that's dope, man. And it's yeah, it's just kind of like appreciating everything, man. Like I don't know how long this is gonna go for, like you never know what's gonna happen tomorrow, today, on my way home, whatever. Just being grateful, dude. And I'm so grateful to be able to, because people like now are like, dude, like you're doing things. I'm like, yeah, I know, man. Like I don't know what I'm doing though. Like I'm just trying to do cool shit still. I'm still that kid that wants to do cool shit. And luckily, I've shook enough hands to where I have the ability and capability to do it. And we can all do it. Like I started going to shows when I was in 2021. I really started going to like art shows. So the progression happened pretty quick, and now I'm a part of this art world.
Yeah.
So I can imagine 5 more years. It's just gonna be crazy. Cause I'm not gonna give up and shit. So.
Oh yeah, no, you shouldn't.
Yeah, man. What do you got going on, Eddie?
Oh, I saw your drum cam video.
You
How'd see
drum?
it?
Jose posted it.
Oh, I didn't know he posted it.
Yeah.
No, oh, I do, but no.
Yeah?
I did
Sick, dude.
drum cam for my friend Bobby for their comeback show
Okay.
this past weekend.
Do you remember Jose Lopez from Notre? Do you remember Alexis Beltran?
Did he used to have a rat?
He did.
Yeah, he did.
Holy shit.
Bro.
It was
He
a
did.
little albino one, right?
Yeah.
Had red
Okay.
eyes.
Yeah.
So he has a band, like a power violence band, that he was in a long time
What kind of
ago.
band?
Power violence, like aggressive, like super fast hardcore.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and they haven't played in like over 10 years maybe, but they just recently had their like comeback show in
You
LA.
play drums?
No.
No,
He did, like, the drum cam.
So I'm
Oh, okay.
leaning really hard into filming right now.
Sick.
So that's why it's cool, like hearing you talk, because it's like inspiring me to like
Make that leap.
like
Oh, dude.
lean
yeah,
even
yeah.
further
Dude,
into
yeah,
it.
man.
So
Yeah,
that's dope. Man.
That's why he has his camera right there.
Yeah, I've been trying to carry it everywhere with me. So
Dude, yeah, get all that
Just in
B-roll,
case.
man.
Yeah.
Dude, like my buddy Phil. You guys probably, I don't know if you guys know him. I think he went to La Sierra, but he did all my videos. Like, so he captured this really fucking cool video. It was like my first solo decon. I think it was 2021. And I have like my back turned, and then he pretended to be like a fan of my work, and he's like, "Hey, Raymond, hey!"
I remember that. You like, kind of startled you a little bit.
And I was like, and I legit like I get scared, and then I started cracking. I'm like, "Dude, you fucking asshole! Like you got me good, man." And it's just like such a genuine thing, and like, oh man, it's just like I don't know what the future has, but like I hope I stay 100 and keep it cool with everyone, man. Because fallouts happen and it's scary.
Yeah.
You know, especially when we fall out with like your boys from like childhood and shit. You know, I don't know if you had fallouts,
Yeah.
but it's like it's scary, man. When it's like, hey, man, I can't go hang out. I got to do this.
Yeah.
It's like you can never hang out. You know, like especially with kids, man. It just becomes like this whole other monster.
Yeah. I mean, they become priority.
Yeah,
So.
it's just like, nah, dude, my kid's fighting her sleep. I can't go out.
Yeah.
Whack. I'm like, yeah, I know, man. Fucking, I gotta get melatonin and shit.
Have you ever thought about doing like a collaboration with Matt?
Matt?
Yeah.
Dude, that's my boy, dude. That's like
Have
legit.
you guys ever thought about doing something like?
Matt. We've done a lot of shit.
Yeah.
He was actually the one that got me into the building. Like, he's the one that hyped me up to get the space.
Because you had said like he kind of he's kind of the one that got me interested in like art in a way.
Even now, I'm like, dude, like, yeah, I looked up to you heavy. Like, so even now, I'm just like, dude, like, you are a badass fucking artist.
He is.
Dude, he's
He
fucking
is.
dope.
He
and
is.
I'm always writing his ass, like, dude, like, you need to do some shit where people know Matt Guillen, like, your name, not
Yeah.
just, like, your art, you know, like,
Yeah.
like, I love what you do. And he definitely puts Riverside on the map as creatives, you
Yeah.
know. So, yeah, Matt Guillen.
Because I have a memory of him as well. Like,
He's always been drawing, too.
yeah.
He's always been good.
It was third grade. Third grade. I used to always see him like just sketching shit out, drawing.
Yeah.
And he used to draw like a pit bull, and I had a pit bull at the time. He used to always draw this pit bull. It was like looking back, like shitty, yeah, but we were kids, you know.
Yeah, dude.
And I thought it looked fucking tight, and I was like,
can you imagine little Fidel like, damn?
no, yeah, and I was like, hey, can you teach me like how to draw it? And I would draw that all the time. He showed me how to do it.
How old are we in third grade?
I don't know,
Probably like 9.
maybe.
Damn, that's crazy.
Yeah,
dude. Isn't
but-
that crazy that we have memories like that?
Like I
we're
have that
grown-ass
specific
dudes.
memory about that. Like it's wild. And then just to see all the shit he does now, it's just
Oh,
like,
he's
man,
fucking
he's
crazy,
so good.
dude.
But he's the one that got me interested in just like, because I do like the images for the podcast, but it's all like basic stuff. Like I would credit him with like why I got interested in even like image designing or like photo editing,
Dude,
anything
yeah,
like that.
yeah. So that's exactly. So when I was like, dude, what are you going to school for?
Yeah.
He's like, graphic design. I said, what is that? Like, it was so taboo to me.
Yeah.
Which is kind of sad that Norte Vista didn't have like a graphic design.
Well, they
class.
did.
Oh, so there
They
you go.
did. So, because I took it freshman year.
Damn,
I had a
that's
graph, and that was literally the only class I had an A in.
that's tight.
And
man.
then sophomore year, I took digital imaging, but then after that, they took it out.
Really?
Yeah, they took the
Were
whole
you a part
program
of
out. Well, I forgot her name.
K-Win?
Yeah.
Were you really?
Yeah.
No shit.
Yeah, just my freshman and sophomore year. Like after that, they took the program out.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Dude. K-Win. See, shit like that, man. They had construction for us. They had auto tech.
Yeah.
Like, we're making people
All
that are
the
gonna
blue
build the
collar
city.
job. ones.
Yeah. Making labor workers here.
But yeah, man, heavy. I tell Mal all the time, like, dude, like, you got me into this shit, you know, like, legit. And yeah, to this day, we're still best friends, and all of them, Daniel, Pete, Matt, my buddy Miguel, Ruben. Ruben got me into like rock,
Yeah.
So Matt got me into like hardcore music,
Yeah.
because he was listening to like Bullet for My Valentine and like The Fall of Troy. Shit.
Yeah.
I was like, fuck is this? You know, it was like heavy screaming, you know.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, like, nah, dude, I'm into like 311, bro.
Yeah.
But then, like, as time went by, and then I met Ruben, and then Ruben, I remember I used to breakdance when I was like a teenager. So Ruben was like, dude, like, I'll teach you how to play guitar if you teach me how to breakdance. I'm like, dude, all right. So like Sunday we would have like breakdance guitar lessons.
Oh shit.
Yeah, dude. And then so yeah, I learned how to play guitar, and he got me into he got me into a lot of music. Like him and Daniel. Daniel got us into like Cirque Survive, Minus the Bear. Ruben got me into the Mars Volta, all that shit.
Yeah.
And I was like, dude, I remember being into the Mars Volta like I was 12, and I fell asleep with them on my headphones, and it was just like I didn't know these songs were like 20 minutes long, and it was just like. So when I would like wake up, it was like, you know, I was like, dude, what am I listening to right now? I'm so scared. But now it's just like it's cool because like I get to show my kids this music, and they're like,
Yeah.
what is this, Dad? Why is he yelling? He sounds mad. I'm like, dude, that's so cool, man. But yeah, man, I've been blessed to be able to have my core friends still. I've known them since, you know, 2nd grade, 3rd grade. And now they are my kids' uncles. And it's like, oh, Uncle Matt, Uncle Ruben, Uncle Daniel, Uncle Pete, Uncle Miggs. And they are like, why are they our uncles? Because they are, right? Don't ask me.
They're my brothers.
Yeah,
That's why.
legit, bro.
Yeah.
And it's like, dude, we've gone through it all. And to be, you know, pushing 35 and still, like, being, like, homies, like, now we all have married with kids, and we're like, hey, can we have game night tonight? Like, who's free? And it's
Yeah.
like, no, we can't. It's like, all right, dude. But when we do, it's kind of like, dude, it's kind of like the shit all just links up and it happens, and it's just kind of like a shit fest where we just bullshit, you know?
Yeah.
Like, it's like we're still 13,
Yeah.
we're still 12, we're still shooting the shit, making fun of each other.
Yeah.
Like, if we get drunk, you know, we still drawing each other and shit, you know? But yeah, man, it's a beautiful life that I've been blessed to have right now, man.
Have you ever met anybody like outside of Riverside that has like that core group of friends that they've had since they were kids? Like especially like a big group
It's
like
rare. I don't know.
Because we've mentioned that before, where we've noticed like people tell us like,
Dude, I
you still
love
friends
when you
with like
when you get. Well, I think you usually post it when you guys are all at the park or something, and you guys are all like linked up. I'm
Yeah.
like, dude, that's fucking beautiful, man.
yeah, like I think that might be like a or Riverside thing
I feel
maybe
like
like
it is, man.
because a lot of people are like, you're still friends with people you went to high school with or like
Yeah.
elementary or
Yeah,
junior
how
high.
are you not, bro?
Yeah, I was like, well, yeah, like
Yeah, dude, that's like it's something special, you know. Like even my wife, like she's like, dude, like that's really weird that you're still friends with your elementary school friends. I'm like, dude, yeah, like, and then like some of us have moved away and then come back and it's
Yeah.
still like, what up, dude? Or
Yeah.
even if they move away, like when Matt moved to LA, it was kind of like, we're all going to LA, you know. Where you at, dude? And we're all getting hammered in LA. It's just we just bring it over there, you
Yeah.
know. And that's something that you just, I don't know, man. I guess just the way our lives were supposed to happen, you know. And
Yeah.
and they're kind of, we're all stuck together now. It's
Yeah.
kind of like, hey, dude,
that family
here,
we made.
yeah. It's like, bro, like I don't like honestly, like legit. I don't even talk to my brother and sister a whole lot. I talk to them and like they see them more because they're more involved in my life. You know,
Yeah.
they're more. They ask more questions, you
Yeah.
know, about what I'm doing, and yeah, that's why I give them their uncles, you
Yeah.
know, and their kids are their cousins. You know, it's
Yeah.
like shit. It's a beautiful thing that we've been able to build, and Yeah, it's weird. It's crazy, but it's kind of, dude. Like, I still feel like, all right. Do you feel like we're like getting old, right? We're like, oh, we're
Yeah,
getting
of
old.
course. Yeah.
But then you look at an actual old person that's like 65, 70, and they're like, dude, I wish I was your age. And it makes you like, damn, like I can restart like 2 more times. I can like start my life over again. And we have so much time.
Yeah.
So when people are like, dude, like I'm 35, I gotta get my shit together. I'm like, dude, nah, man, like enjoy that shit, dude.
Yeah.
Like get it together when you're 50. Like there's
Yeah.
nothing wrong with that, bro. Like
Yeah.
legit, there's nothing wrong with starting over again. And I think that the
It's never too late.
yeah, it's never too late, bro. Like that's what ends up killing people, bro. Like you start feeling like, oh, it's too late for me.
Yeah.
I'm 29, I haven't done it. I'm like, dude, who gives a shit, bro? Like just live it.
Yeah.
You know, that's all you have to do is live it and appreciate it. And one thing I've learned is like to not compare your success with someone else.
Oh,
that's
yeah.
more successful.
Yeah,
It's like,
100%.
this guy's doing this and that. I'm like, dude, wait, man, like just hold it, bro. Because like I felt I was done when I was like 22, and like I was like, I have a kid, I don't have a job, I live with my mom. You know, it's just a bunch of shit that at that time I feel like I should have my shit together.
Yeah.
22,
Yeah.
you know.
Still a
I should have been
kid.
in college, man.
Yeah.
But it's like, no, dude. Like if I would have, you know, let's say like listened to my fucking brain or whatever and just ended shit, I wouldn't be where I am right now at 34, like pushing this cool ass story, you
Yeah.
know. And who knows? Maybe like people are going to shit at 35, but you don't know what's gonna happen at 45.
Yeah.
And like it's just crazy to me. It makes you really love everything, man.
Yeah.
And yeah, and what kind of eats me up is seeing my parents get older.
Yeah.
You know, you look at your mom when you visit, and you're like, damn, my mom got a little more gray on her. You know, you see some wrinkles, and you're like, shit, I gotta hit my mom up a little more. I'm a big mama's boy, man. And I'm just like, damn, mom, like, it's kind of sad when we ignore those phone calls from our moms because
Yeah.
we're busy. But then it's kind of like, yeah. So, yeah, I try and be present as much as I can.
Yeah.
You know. But, yeah, dude, that's
Well,
me.
I mean, I want to say thanks, man. You know, like I loved talking to you. Like I loved hearing your story.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
even though I've known you for so long,
I've known you all my life.
basically, yeah, basically, I don't think we've ever had like a conversation like this.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
We're talking about like ourselves, basically.
Yeah.
So like I really appreciate, especially you coming over here. You
No,
know.
of course, man. Thanks for that. This is way better than my place, man. My place,
Are you
like,
still in Riverside?
Yeah, I'm still in Riverside, man. Still local to the city. It's funny because I wanted to move out. You know, like everyone else, well, I want to move out. But I feel like my purpose is here still. You know? I feel like the community and the world that I want to be a part of, I still want to represent Riverside.
Yeah.
You know, I proudly say I'm from here. It's a small town that is getting bigger, that deserves new shit still. You know, it deserves the recognition that it needs to get.
Yeah.
I feel like everyone's moving here now.
Yeah.
You know, it's just like there's houses popping up everywhere now.
Houses, condos, like
Dude, everything. I went to Eastville to this supply warehouse that I go to, and that shit's insane. You remember when it was all like cows?
Yeah.
Dude, it's crazy, man.
Yeah.
And they call it Nurseville because everyone there is nurses. They came down during COVID. No bullshit, dude.
Yeah.
Like my wife's like, oh yeah, it's called Nurseville. I'm like, what? That makes sense.
Yeah.
There's Teslas everywhere there,
Yeah,
dude.
yeah. It's wild.
But yeah,
man.
I got into skateboarding this year, like heavy. So I started like bouncing around different skate parks, and yeah, I go.
Do you have a favorite spot right now?
I just go to hunt, man.
Just hunt?
It's just that's my bread and butter, man. It's cool to sometimes cause I have merch from Gramercy, the
Yeah.
gallery, and I just hand it out to some of the skaters that I feel like are about it,
Yeah.
and they're like, "Dude, thanks." I'm just trying to do shit that I wish people did for me.
Yeah.
It's kind of like what I'm doing, and you know they get hyped on a shirt. I'm like, dude, like that was sitting in my garage, you know. But yeah, so yeah, I'm trying to get more involved in the skate scene.
Hell
So
yeah, dude.
might turn Gramercy into like a skate brand. I don't know.
Hell yeah,
But
dude.
yeah, dude.
That'd be tight.
Yeah, my kids are loving it. My wife hates it, but she's, you know, I love doing it, man. It's something that I think everyone should try. If you used to skateboard, get back on it.
I skated for a week in 8th grade, and that was it.
Yeah. Oh,
And then my
dude.
skateboard got stolen, and that was
Dude,
it.
do you remember this? Who was really good in Evan was fucking good at
Yeah.
skating, wasn't he?
Yeah.
There's some fucking kid named something Hartman.
Oh, Josh. Wasn't that his name?
Was that his name?
Josh
White dude?
Hartman? Yeah,
Yeah, he was really
good. You know, when was the last time you saw him?
Oh, dude, probably since middle school.
So I actually like. It's kind of sad because I saw him. He looked rough.
Oh yeah.
The last time I saw
Dude,
him. Yeah.
I see a lot of people
Yeah.
from school that are rough, and
This was probably like 10 years ago though.
oh shit.
Yeah, it was like he was walking in front of McDonald's right there.
No.
Yeah. But
Do you
he looked rough.
Do you remember when me and my boys talk about this a lot? Because we used to skate. Yeah, I used to skate with like Alex Garcia. And, like, some of the 5-0 people.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, we used to skate a lot. And I used to go to the McDonald's right there by the Walmart.
Yeah.
They used to have $1 Big Macs.
Yeah.
Dude, that was my kids don't believe me. I'm like, dude, they used to have $1 Big Macs.
They don't even have dollar anything anymore.
I know, it's like $2.99.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Yeah, man. Good times, dude.
But yeah, like again, thanks, man. You know,
Oh, yeah,
this
totally,
is a fun
dude.
conversation.
Super inspiring, man.
Oh,
Yeah.
dude, yeah. Totally do it, man. You just don't know, like Sailson played at the showcase. Like which is
They
crazy.
played. I was at the last showcase show ever, and they played that.
No shit.
Yeah, they played.
Dude.
It was them and Death by Stereo.
That's crazy,
Yeah,
dude.
that was a wild show.
Dude.
That was a wild
See,
show.
that's what I'm saying,
Yeah.
man. And it was cool is at the show they were like, we're 909 boys, And I was like, dude, that's tight, man.
909, yeah, 909,
yeah,
yeah.
man. So
Hey,
you never know, dude.
anybody want to give a shout out before ending it?
Hey, my wife. Hey, baby. No, I'm just but like legit, I guess to anyone who knows anyone trying to do something, just do not discourage them, man.
Yeah.
We don't, as dudes, we don't.
Compliment goes a long way.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
We don't vent a whole lot of what we're going through.
Yeah.
So, I guess trying to knock someone down when you have no idea what they're going through is kind of like, dude, like just fucking give everyone credit for just living.
Yeah.
And life's hard, man.
Yeah.
Especially when you're trying to do something
Yeah.
that is not normal or like abnormal to your circle. Like, yeah, just support the shit out of it.
Yeah.
It means a lot.
Yeah.
Like, going to their shows, going to their events, their pop-ups. Hey, dude, my video is going to be showcased here. Like, go to that shit. They might not say it means a lot, but it means a lot.
Yeah.
Like, it meant a lot when my parents went to, like, my band concerts, even though I was, like, trying to be cool with my friends. But, like, dude, like that's why I try and make it at all my kids' shit. Yeah, dude. Especially if you have a circle that's, like, a dude circle or chick circle, whatever. Yeah, have each other's back, man.
Yeah.
So it's not easy to express what you're going through to
Yeah.
them. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's shout out to everyone trying to do some shit out there.
Hell yeah.
Do it up.
Do you have like a website or anything? that people-
Yeah. So it's Gramercy Art Gallery. I still gotta change it. I don't know what I'm doing with it, but that's
Because I'll include it in the link or in the bio.
It's Gramercy Art Gallery is the website. Somehow it's becoming this like collaborative thing. Might be a skate brand. I don't know what it's gonna be, but it's a brand.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have yet to talk about Gramercy closing to like the social media.
Yeah. Will this like be the closest you come to talking about it?
Yeah,
or-
pretty much. Yeah, everyone's just kind of, dude, what happened?
Yeah.
I'm like, oh yeah, some shit happened. That's it. But yeah, landlord issues is
Yeah.
what happened. But yeah, man, and just my social media is Raymond Argumedo. I wish I had a cooler name, like a cool alias name. But
What about the nickname you used to have?
dude, do not.
I wasn't gonna say it because
Dude.
I don't know if like people still call you that.
Who did I
Or...
run into the other day? And I was like, you remember Eddie?
Eddie what?
We used to call him Eddie. Big Eddie.
Yeah, yeah.
See?
I think his last name was Wilson.
Yeah,
Yeah.
dude, see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I ran into him at fucking Lowe's like a couple days ago at like 7 a.m. I was like, Eddie? Big Eddie? I was like, oh, my bad. I don't know if they He's like, what's up? He's like, who are you? I was like, oh, Raymond. He's like, who? I was like, Booger. What, Booger?
Yeah,
I'm like,
Booger.
dude. Like,
How did you get that?
To be honest, man, I have no idea. But all my teachers called me Booger. Everyone knew me as Booger.
Yeah.
My kids now are like, they called you Booger, Dad? I'm like, no, yeah, I don't know why. I have no idea why. but that was my fucking dumbass name, dude. Jesus Christ. But yeah, Eddie was like, dude, look at us. Dad's 7 a.m. Lowe's run like, on a Saturday. I'm like, dude, yeah, my water main fucking busted. You know, it's doing house shit. You know? Ah, shit. But yeah, man, crazy.
All right. Well, once
Crazy.
again, thank you.
Thank you.
We'll see
Thank you for
everyone
having
next
me,
time.
man.